Caesar, the crowd pleaser. If you need to pick me up, ladies, we gon' change your demeanor. Caesar, the crowd pleaser. We gon' do a little dance, we gon' make the naysayers believe us. Hey girl, had a long day, you tired from work. Throw me some dollars and I'll remove my shirt. You can touch me too, these are the perks. Free yourself, lose your mind and go berserk, and go berserk, and go berserk, and go berserk.
Make way for the bad guy.
Let's kick it.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back for another episode of Crowd Pleaser, the podcast that brings you the inside scoop on what it takes to be a male entertainer in today's age. I'm your host, Jedi, aka Caesar the Crowd Pleaser, and with me on the line, as usual, is the Northwest, South Central, East Side Coast at a medium equator temperature co-host with the most, and my good friend and yours, Mandingo Jones. What is up, Mandingo?
What's the deal? Here I am. Let's get it started. What's up, everybody? It's good to be back.
Appreciate, as always, taking the time out of your day to kick it with me and record this podcast for our fans. So thank you.
For sure.
How's your day or your week been treating you? You're down in down south this week, right?
Yeah, I'm in the Central Texas area this week. This week's been pretty chill. Just been, oh man, I put my body through hell on Wednesday. I'm feeling that today still, but it's a good kind of pain. It's the growing pains for those people who like to train their body to the limit. They know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this has been pretty chill so far. Pretty productive, in my opinion.
Right on, man. Right on. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do a little bit of housekeeping real quick. I want to go ahead and mention our Patreon. The show is brought to you by you via patreon.com/crowdpleaser. That's right. That is where you can give a little something back to the show. Having a podcast, hosting a podcast is not free. There are licensing fees as well as hosting fees and things like that. So giving a little funding into the show definitely goes a long way towards helping me continue to produce this kind of content for you guys. And every show we like to give a shout out to a little special someone that does contribute on the Patreon, gets all kinds of neat perks and behind the scenes footage, including the video version of this show, as well as the full uncut version. So this week, our Patreon of the week is Tristan Laney. Tristan, you rock. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. We really greatly appreciate it. Yeah, sure. It's awesome. You're appreciated. You are awesome, and that's why you rock.
You are loved.
Wait, why was there a T in there? Loved? There was like an FT in there instead of
No,
ED.
there wasn't. What are you
Yeah, there
talking
was.
about?
I'm listening to it on my headphones. It literally was loved. What just happened there?
Not that.
You just put your stuff on Fiverr as a voice actor, and then you're gonna throw out "luft."
I didn't say loved.
You did. All right, say loved. Say loved.
I said you are loved.
Oh, now you drugged out that D like freaking 3 of them. All right. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you guys heard luft, because I heard luft. I heard an FT at the end of that.
Come on,
all right.
You know what the deal is.
All right. Moving on, we have LaBear Dallas. This is now both our home offices, where you can catch us every Wednesday to Sunday, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Well, you can catch me every Wednesday, Sunday. You can catch Dingo every other one, because that dude is still doing his thing down in Central SoCal, Texas. So, but come out. We have all kinds of great things. Birthday girls, bachelorette girls, baby showers, promotions, divorcees, tut intensives, you name it, we got it going on. So come out to Dallas LaBear. And finally, if you want to hang out live with me every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, you can check me out at twitch.tv/Jedi_EJ, where I show off my nerd side a little bit and hang out and just kind of kick it with people, share ideas, and have some conversations. All right, but there is one last thing I want to add. We have a special event coming up. We do have a reunion party that is going on, but the one thing we do have that is absolutely spectacular that I am stoked about, and you may have known if you got a sneak peek of that in our previous podcast, is Mandingo Jones's birthday event. So, Dingo, give us the lowdown, brother. Give us the lowdown. Sips tea. Got it.
Well, see. You look like, is he going to keep doing that? All right, so look, here's the lowdown dirty details. October 26th, I'm bringing down the Juice Man. I'm bringing down Diesel. I'm bringing down CJ Tapout. I'm bringing down Christian Carter. I'm bringing down Big Vince. And we're about to have a party October 26th.
Sweet baby
my
Jesus.
my birthday party. You know what I'm saying? Another Halloween costume bash. It's that time of year, so let's all have some fun. Ladies, dress whatever you want to wear. Get as scantily clad as you like. It's a party. We're about to have fun. You're about to see some stellar acts. You're about to see some great performances. You're about to see a whole lot of talented people take that stage. And then you're about to see a whole lot of other talented people from Dallas get down as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Come on out. Let's have a good time. Celebrate fall. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Get your pumpkin spice lattes, drink some coffee and all that. Stay up. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it rolling.
That's it. You heard it here first. Dingo's birthday will have free pumpkin spice lattes for everyone. Walk in the door, get a pumpkin spice latte.
You did not hear that from me.
That's what I heard. That's exactly what I heard.
Pumpkin spice macchiato.
Is there like a lotion you can like pour on yourself?
It smells like pumpkin spice? I hope not.
I mean, you'd be getting a lot of dances that night for sure. I heard it's all the craze. Don't look at me. I like my coffee black, but
maybe gingerbread.
Dingo, the gingerbread man.
Gingerbread lotion.
Coming to a theater near you in 3, 2,
People legitimately would be trying to bite me. I would not be. I do have a delicious flavored lotion that I wear. Apparently, people like people like it. It's like,
how do you have a delicious lotion? How does that happen?
Well, it smells delicious. I don't eat it. I'm just saying, like, it smells like, you know. I want to give it. I don't want to give away the smell. I want people to be like, "Oh, that must be the smell he's talking about." Yeah, you're right. You must have been listening to the Crowd Pleaser podcast.
Man, I ain't gonna call no other brother delicious.
I'm telling you. I'll actually let you use some of it when I'm back, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Man, my cologne works. I've been using my cologne for like 6 years.
Come on, man. Just try it on a Wednesday. What's the harm is it gonna do? Try it on a Wednesday. Whoever's there, you know what I'm saying, already enjoys you, already loves you. They're gonna tell you if they don't like it, then you're gonna be like, all right, I'm never gonna use this again. But if you do, you know what I'm saying, you can borrow it from time to time, or you know what I'm saying, I can bring you one.
If you don't know, now you know.
You know what I'm saying? It's worth a shot.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh my God, I've gotten a lot of, oh my God, it smells so good. You know what I'm saying? You know, so.
Damn, all right.
I've gotten that a lot since I started using that lotion. Oh my God, what is that? Oh, it smells like, oh. I'm like, yeah.
Sounds legitimately accurate, actually, having flashbacks.
Over there, yeah, that's how it sounds most of the time when I hear that particular compliment.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, got the birthday bash. Definitely check it out. Come out. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna do a show. Don't know if I'm in his birthday routine or not yet. We'll find that out. We'll leave that teaser. Considering he's bringing in the big boys from down south, I don't think so. I think he's got plenty of heavy artillery to make the show happen. But I will be at the party with y'all, so definitely check it out. But all right, guys, let's jump into our main topic. So today, you've heard me talk about it several times on the show, but I feel like we just might as well keep bringing it, which is the fact that male entertainment stripping male burlesque is a full-time job in every sense of the word, meaning that you hustle full-time in and outside the club. It is up to you to be directly in control of how much money you make. We are 100% a tipped-based industry, so we do not receive anything off the door. We do not receive anything off the bar. We do not receive any base pay for our shows. So what you put in our hands or our underwear is what we take home. So it is up to you to make that number as large or as small as you care for. So that being said, we're going to do a deep dive into all the things that come with it. All right. So that starting off is self-image, right? You are your walking billboard, both inside the club and outside the club. That's
absolutely.
So that's why you have to maintain a diet. You have to maintain some type of active fitness lifestyle. And you have to maintain that not only while you are naked, but while you are dressed. What do you think, Dingo?
Absolutely. First and foremost, I'm going to say there are a lot of guys who put themselves at a disadvantage because they think that they don't have to train. And now I'm going to tell you this, and this is coming from somebody who believes that if you're going to do something like this, you need to be the best in all categories. Now, hear me out. A lot of people who come as male dancers, they have a look, right? They might already have won. They'll win the genetic lottery typically in certain places. They might have a particular face that women like. They might have a particular body that women like. They might have a particular dance moves that women like. But a lot of guys who don't train just kind of it baffles me because I try to understand why you put yourself at such a disadvantage when the idea of a male stripper is a fit person. You know what I'm saying? And this isn't throwing shade at anybody. It's just my personal opinion. I think now some people will still make money like that, but some people won't. But they're not understanding. It's like,
well, it's like you said, why are you shooting yourself in the foot? You know what I'm saying? Like when you can make money at a 10, why set yourself up at an 8?
Like you don't need to be super yoked or anything, but you have to look different in the sense of like you have to look special. Like you can't just like somebody who doesn't like a race. Some people might be able to do it, but those are the rare cases that can. They have something else that just draws women to them. If that's the case, then so be it. Okay, but some people don't seem to realize how much more. Why am I not making this? Well, why is this? How come this? And it's like you really don't see the fact that you're just not in shape. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be honest about this particular thing. And it's been like that at every club I've been to. That's not just, it ain't just like one club that I've seen that at. There's always those guys. Every single place I've been. Here, all the clubs here, and both clubs in Florida. I've seen the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people don't seem to understand. Some people in the business don't seem to understand that, yes, you are a walking billboard. And if you have a canvas that's empty somewhere when you need to have a bigger picture, then you should paint every corner.
Yeah.
Don't leave anything empty. Don't leave any piece of the picture empty. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It'll only draw attention because of how empty it is, not because of what it's bringing to the table. It'll draw attention because of what it don't have. And that's not the attention you want.
Last thing you want is for people to be like, you're a male dancer?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just a way wrong answer. That's the last thing you want people to be
You
like.
want somebody to be like, oh, I can see that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I figured as much. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And that's when you got to be like, well, what do you mean?
Yeah. What you trying to say?
But at the end of the day, like, this is not to insult anyone at all. It's just that it's just the way I feel about it and the way I know a lot. I know somebody else. I'm not going to say names because I'm not just put names out there, but I know a couple of other people that actually feel that way. And they'll be like, yo, you're not doing everything you can here because of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very rarely can you really do that and be the outlier. Like, you gotta have something very special about you that's going to allow you to not have to have that qualification to be a very successful male dancer. It's just not meant to work that way.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can look, it's it's so special that you can look great and not be a great dancer and be just fine. You can look great and not be a great dancer and be just fine. Most
Mhm.
people don't expect a lot of people that get on stage to actually be able to do a lot of crazy stuff on stage. It's just that it's nice when you're able to.
I mean, it's like what Taylor Cole did when he won the state championship for bodybuilding. His show had a lot of agility and choreography to it, and so he stood out from everyone immensely because his body was absolutely phenomenal, like everyone else's on the stage. But then he was able to move. So it's the same thing.
Oh yeah,
You have,
man.
if you have the full package, then that just sets you up for success. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. It does. It's hard work too, but it's hard work to maintain it. That's another thing. The maintenance of how we need to like sustain, and it's different for everyone. Every single one of us has different maintenance guidelines. Like we're
Hmm.
all different makes and models, so we're all
Hmm.
different ways to make our body last longer. All different ways to maintain our size or maintain our fluidity or maintain our, as you like to call, musicality and rhythm and all that. Like,
Hmm.
we have to work at that. That doesn't just like a lot of it's natural for some people, but to perform at a high level, it has to be honed. You don't just leave it to wander. It's consistency. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
it's absolute consistency. Without that, you just have talent. You just
You're
have
wrong.
you just have potential. Unless you're working at it, you always just have potential. You
Hmm.
know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And you might have to edit this out. Just warning you ahead of time. But excuse my French, but as one of my coaches would always say, potential is like having a 12-inch you can't get hard.
All right, that's accurate. That's accurate. And
I
that is
mean, think about that.
425.
Who cares if you have potential if you ain't doing nothing with it?
Yeah, fair. So here's another thing that touches on the walking billboard thing is that we have to look good with clothes on. That
Yeah.
includes the shape of our body, but as well as how we dress. And the truth of the matter is that we can't afford to like go out looking like bums. We just can't because that is one of the things that people pick up on.
Mhm.
And perception is reality. And if we want to present people that we are superstars or rock stars in an amazing show, we have to look the part and draw that attention because once again, it goes back to if you're walking on the street dressed like a bum, or if you're going to the gym, you're going to the gym. It is what it is. We definitely don't have to be those kind of guys that have their hair did and everything and wearing primo stuff to go throw down at the gym. But when we're out at the club, we're out at the bar, stuff like that. Shoot, even grocery shopping, it is our duty to dress to impress. You know what I'm saying? And once again, there is that fine line. You can't wear a suit everywhere you go, but you don't want to look ragtagged.
Mhm.
And you want to show your flavor off too. You know what I'm saying? You have a specific kind of style that you pull off, and you pull it off really well, and it draws attention. The good thing about that is it's also a eye catcher and a good conversation piece, and so that helps you kind of sell yourself and the club, so people are more inclined once they start engaging in conversation, they get to know you, they build some rapport, you are more inclined to win them over to a place that's so taboo like a ladies club.
Right. You're already special.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I do have a tendency to I do notice I have a tendency to dress down quite a bit. But if I am going to go somewhere it's going to be a really social place, I will adjust that. Like I've got my step out clothes, like, I've got my clothes right, But like
Mm-hmm.
you said, it's always got my own flavor on it. Flavor's huge. It's another thing. You got to have a signature as a dancer. You have
Now, how solidified are you in that signature though?
Me? I'm pretty
Yeah,
solid.
do you feel like it's really 100% necessary to have like inside and outside the club? Like, what's up?
Yeah, I mean, that varies from person to person. Varies on the lifestyles of each person
Hmm.
outside of the club. But for me, yeah, because that's who I am in my music too. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense.
Yeah. Hmm.
Some people, you know, they might not be able to sign that signature everywhere they walk.
I don't know. Like, it's weird because I guess I always try to present myself professionally. That's always my signature thing. But it's weird too, considering the fact that a lot of people say that I have the ability to pull off anything that I wear or look like. So it is kind of humorous to me. But all right, let's move on, man. So talk about being out. You have to promote. It is up to you to promote and be in people's faces. And kind of how I segued earlier is actually interacting and talking to people is what makes it happen. Because at the end of the day, we are fighting that stigma as far as being a strip club. Like people already have a hard time going to gentlemen's clubs, and those are extremely popular. Both male and female go to. So going to such a niche place that a lot of people don't even know exists, like Le Bear, is a thing. And so you have to go out there. You have to go out there and promote. You have to go to places where ladies concentrate at, whether it's some kind of brunch that's a ladies' night at a popular club or bar, things like that. You have to take the extra time out of your day, out of your week to go make that happen. And once again, become that walking billboard. What kind of promotions do you guys do?
Down in SA?
Mm-hmm. Or just in general. I mean, I know you're not new to the or you're not old, you're not new to the game, man. You know what's up.
Well, here's my thing about okay. You have to there's a certain art to promoting this kind of thing. You don't unfortunately a lot of events that you go to promote them is kind of forcing it unless you have a table.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So our problem was that we started showing up to things and and uh, like trying to get the attention of people. It doesn't for me. It's never really worked to initiate the conversation
Mm-hmm.
with this. For me, and I would advise anyone else who wants to promote themselves and make it easier for them to promote themselves, invest in a shirt that has all the information on it and have someone ask you themselves. Then you just have to wear that shirt wherever you want to wear it. And at
Mm-hmm.
that point, then you'll have people asking you, because like the hard body shirt I have says, ask me about free tickets.
Okay.
So when somebody sees it, sometimes they'll be like, hey, what are these tickets for? I'm glad you asked. And my name is on the front of the shirt. So they're like, your name is Mandingo? You know what I'm saying? And then I get to explain why. So the conversation's open by what you have on. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
if you already take care of yourself to a point where, like I'm saying, you hit the gym and all that, and you have a certain shape to you, these shirts are draping over you a certain way already, and then you've got to ask me about free tickets on the back. You've already, and if you happen to have a unique look, you've already initiated a conversation with somebody without ever saying anything. Those are the best ways, not trying to pass out flyers, because what's going to happen is then you get to trade information with them directly. You get to deal with them directly from then on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do like your shirt idea because it does pose a point very quickly. Like you're literally a billboard at that point. You know what I'm saying? And you have
Exactly.
the body where people are going to want to read your shirt, and thus you get that kind of interaction. Yeah, that's I like that. I like that quite a bit.
So I do believe that promoting out and about is extremely important, but there's a certain art to doing it now. I personally wholeheartedly believe it just don't work the way it used to in person anymore. You can still do it in person. You have to change your strategy.
Hmm.
People don't want to be approached like that with anything nowadays. Why? Because if they want it, they'll just go look for it on the internet or they'll stumble across it on the internet. Some way or somehow they can do it from the comfort of their own home. The idea of doing it from the comfort of your own home changes your perception on goods and services entirely. So, considering that we provide, I guess we provide a service, we can provide like entertainment. All they have to do to look for entertainment is to come find us. So, the best method, like I said, would be to make it easy for them to come find you whenever they're interested. Plan, like, let them just come across your information. Like, they need to do that in order to feel comfortable. They're not going to feel comfortable with you putting it in their face. You just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to work.
You got to do the inception. You got to make them think it was their idea and help it grow.
Basically, like, people, you know what I'm saying? Because people don't think about this in their everyday lives. On a large global scale, they don't think about this in their everyday lives.
No, you're right.
Trying to intrude something like this into their everyday lives is not going to work. Allowing them to make the choice is going to work, but you have to pique their interest first. You don't pique their interest by chasing them down or interrupting where they're already going. People are already in a hurry enough. I don't like interrupting people. I'd rather them notice my shirt and be like, yo, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's just one way I'm saying. But I personally don't even like the idea of intentionally going out to promote. I like the idea of intentionally promoting on the internet, hitting everywhere I can on the internet, and then wearing my promotional gear when I'm out and about, doing what I'm going to be doing anyway, and letting it come naturally instead of forcing it into people's minds.
Okay.
That's more so how I would do it. But at the end of the day, you have to make the effort to still be the walking billboard. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to run into people. Sometimes you don't even have to have your stuff on, but you can start the conversation naturally about what you do. You know, I mean, a lot of people, it just ends up that way. It just ends up that way in a lot of conversations when they're like, oh, they're like, when I go to the gym, for example, they're like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I've been gone a week. Where you been? Oh, I've been traveling. When you been? Oh, Dallas. What you doing out there? Oh, working. What do you do? Oh, I dance. Oh, you dance? Oh, yeah, I dance. Like Magic Mike? Oh, yeah, like Magic Mike. Oh, and then that's just how it ends up going, because I'm like, yo,
that was pretty accurate up until the like Magic Mike part. Typically, you say I dance, and like, well, what kind of dance? And then you gotta be like, Magic Mike style, all kinds of dancing, pretty lady.
Basically, I mean, around that, you know what I mean. So that's exactly pretty much go. You know what I'm saying? Every time. But the thing is, it has to be in your mind to be okay with talking about it like that, and be okay with telling people, hey, this is what I do. If you know anybody ever interested in it, this is how you find me, Instagram or whatever. Boom, because that's the thing. You got to give them your Instagram or your Facebook, or nowadays your TikTok on the way up, whatever it might be that you do on social media, your Snapchat, whatever it is for people to keep track of you. That's exactly why we do social media plugins at the end of this. The same thing should apply to you whenever you're walking around. Every opportunity you get as a male dancer, whenever somebody is like interested and open about the conversation, this is how you find me. This is how you see what I do. We can talk about a night you're going to come in if you want to ever come check it out.
It's a numbers game. I mean, it's straight up numbers. If you can expect a 15 to 20% success rate of people coming to actually see the show at the club after you interact with them. So 15 to 20%, let's just round off to 20%, right? Think positive here. If you talk to 10 ladies, that's only 2 ladies that are going to come into the door at some point. If you talk to 100 ladies, now you're talking about 20. You know what I'm saying? And so it's, talk to 500 ladies. Now 100 ladies might come to the door. And you got to remember, they're not all going to come in at the same time. They're going to spread it out. They're going to have different reasons. So it is a numbers game. And just like you said, everyone is a potential new fan. You know what I'm saying? You have to get out there and talk to every single person you can, because some of them are going to blow you off, but some of them are not. And that interaction is what's going to make the biggest difference.
So a lot of people they might be interested to even just go one time and be like, yo, I've never seen a show like this. It's not really my thing. Then they go and they see what it is, and they're like, oh, y'all are actually doing performances here, like real performances. We're like, yeah, we're rehearsing. We do a lot. Like, this ain't
we do stuff and things, yo.
We do a hell of things. ladies. We always working on
It's
something.
true.
When we're off, we're not really off. We're planning our next act. We're at the gym building our body. We're just smack my microphone around. We're
That mic had
recording
it
this
coming. I saw it.
podcast. Attacked me first.
It really did. It really did.
We're just always working on ourselves outside of the actual performance aspect of it. So it's pretty much a 7-day a week job. I mean, you can check out of it every once in a while, but it's really hard to check out of, especially when you're on social media. Like it's really hard to check out of.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. No doubt.
So, but that's the choice you made doing this, and that is how you will be successful is by putting the energy for people to know you're there and making the attempt. You can't sit there and expect people to always just come to you. Some people will, honestly. Some people will, yes, but not on the grand scale of things. Like what the potential that needs to be fulfilled. Like there's work that requires that potential to be fulfilled.
So, what are your thoughts on promoting as far as social media goes? Making sure that you are posting and keeping in people's forefront. How much of it do you go personal? How much of it do you go straight up business advertisement? Like, what's your formula?
50-50. Yeah, people have to have some of who you are. People have to have who you are. I mean, just if I could say 100% on both, I'd say 100% on both. It's the business mindset that has you so consistent, and you're consistently in a business mindset posting your personal life. So it's a healthy mixture of both. If it's not 100, 100
Yeah.
or 50-50. So that's just and checking out of that as well is sometimes beneficial, but you'll notice when you check out of it for a while. But it's a priority. It should be a priority. Social media should absolutely be a large portion of your promotional energy, I should say. So I'm saying like the in coming in contact is off the back. That's off the, you know what I'm saying? That's on the back burner. That's like as you go through your life. Oh, now let me do this. Prioritize social media at all costs.
I mean, it's the way of the world. It's the way of the world. If big name companies have Facebook pages, big name companies have Instagrams, and they're on there with people promoting from there, like, you know, something's up, you know?
You should pay attention to it instead of acting like it's not there. Or taking it lightly, taking it very lightly.
Mm-hmm. Now, how important do you put, like obviously you said 50-50, but what kind of a priority do you place on the quality of content? You know what I'm saying? Like waking up, rolling over, snapping a selfie and posting it is good enough versus setting up a photo shoot, taking some high quality pictures or recording a track from your latest album and then cutting it so it looks good, maybe putting in a little bit of a T-Pain style intro. You know what I'm saying?
That's case to case. There's no absolute for any of that because it depends on what each person's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And where each person is comfortable at. That's the beauty of social media. Everybody's face or everybody's social media page is really just them in most cases.
Yeah, I guess I can get behind that because I really favor being professional on mine. A little less personal interaction, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. I feel you still have to let them know who you are, and I posted in there. But I tried the posting every single day something, and obviously it gets too expensive if you try to do it professionally that way. But I do like when I sit there and I check my page, kind of scroll to see if there's a consistent kind of theme or if I'm mixing it up enough and what photos and what posts got what kind of likes because I'm just analytical like that. And I like being able to scroll down and feel like, okay, this is someone that has their stuff together. This is someone that a big company would have no problem slapping their logo on and feel like it is family friendly as well as across the board appealing and sending out the message that we want it to.
Yeah. That's finding the good balance is key for having a good social media page that reflects yourself. It's all about balance. It is all about balance. You can tell when someone's not who they are.
So, what do you do to, or is there, what do you do if you have a trick? You don't have to let all your trade secrets out, but to have a consistent fan base. Know that once again we touched on the fact, if we can be real for a second, that if no one's in the club spending money, then we're not making money. So what are two things that you feel like you do maybe best or just at all that kind of helps get some butts in the seats, get some fans to come out and cheer you on?
I typically let people know where I'm going to be, number one, because I travel. So I'll be like, Dallas this week, or Houston, or back to Florida, or Central Texas, here I am, or a gallery club, what's up, or something. Typically, usually with a professionally done photo. I have quite a few that I've never posted from different photo shoots, and I just kind of cycle them. But then again, I also cycle in a lot of my what's going on personally, like with my music, that kind of thing. And then that typically keeps people interested because they want to know. They're like, oh, he's still doing that. Good. I was going to ask him how that was going. And then bam, for a second, their minds are taken off of me only being a dancer. And then they recall another passion that I have. And they relate because people have passions of their own that are outside of their job. So then I go back to posting my job, which is, I love dancing. I love music more, but I do love dancing, So another important note to the answer in this question, if I said that correctly, is that once I get on stage, I perform. And you don't know what performance it's going to be. Variety. I have variety to offer. That, if people know that, they know that at any point in time, something new could happen. Therefore, they want to see it. That's just one of the, I guess not tricks of the trade, but I guess that's just one of the habits I picked up from working with guys in San Antonio. We were always making something new. So we all ended up with multiple acts that we just kind of, all right, let me spin this wheel of fortune. All right, I'm doing Egyptian. Yeah. Cool. Like you know what I'm saying? That variety in the pictures as well as the variety in the shows is a way that I not only get people to show up to the show, but to also come back. The other thing is, do people enjoy what they see when you get them there? Or are you just a billboard with empty promises? That's important as an entertainer. Can you back up what you're telling them to come see?
I mean, it does set you up for success. And the thing is that, like, you're right. If you have diversity, if you have versatility, if you make your show just everything it could be plus some, you have the ability to keep people coming back because you offer so much. And it's never a matter of them being like, oh, what show are you going to do tonight? Or like, I've already seen this one, I'm tired of seeing that one. It's like, yo, you show up, you're going to get a good show. Come out and be surprised. And the good thing about that is that it allows it to where you don't have to maintain a schedule. You don't have to be like, hey, I'm doing something different this day, so you all should come out. Instead, you just have that variety show every time. So you roll the dice. It's plain and simple. If you want to come out, come out. And you're going to get something you're going to enjoy one way or another.
Absolutely.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't like, and you got to know, like, women got to understand too, We as entertainers we get you should. Well, actually no. Even people who I would define as lazy get bored of doing the same things all the time. They just won't put in the effort to make anything else. But um even some of the stuff that we've done over and over again that y'all like, sometimes we get tired of doing it. So keeping variety makes it more entertaining for us as well. We get to be someone else this time instead of you know somebody who's not, or somebody who you're bored of being because you're that every single night.
Hmm.
It's fun for us too to change and be like, all right, this time I'm gonna do circus, or this time I'm gonna do I was about to say ringleader. It's the same thing. But this time I'm gonna do hammer
Just change the title
or
around. You
Egyptian.
throw that loop at them. You're like, oh, I'm doing circus tonight, girls. You have no idea. And they're like, nah, nah.
You know what? I really wish that I could hang up some of my backdrops at y'all's club.
Yeah, we make it very difficult. When I had my backdrops, I literally wood clamped them, the curtains. Wasn't exactly the most
I'm,
optimal thing to do, but
I'm gonna have to figure something out because I got some killer backdrops here that are just collecting dust.
yeah, it really does. It makes it a nice little touch, man. That's the one thing I did like about or appreciate about San Antone is that giant back wall, man, could really set the mood or set the scene for real.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, you really can. Was man, some of us guys were like, man, the backdrop is gonna determine this act. Like, so we'd be like, it's Juice and I, He'd be like, I need a backdrop. And I'd be like, I agree. And vice versa. Like always, it's like if you can get a backdrop, that's one of the things that if you were like if you couldn't get enough cash together to get something, the one thing you didn't want to drop was the backdrop, but that would have been the most expensive thing
Mhm.
probably. Cause I got mine. Here's another secret and I'm giving this out for any entertainer who might be listening who wants, if you don't know what a backdrop is, it's like, the scenery behind you so that you can actually have an act look like you're at a certain place. So the scenery behind you, you can get that made on some cheap drop cloth that you can get from like Home Depot or Lowe's.
Hell, probably even like
Easy.
Joanne's or something too.
Yeah, that's a fabric
Hmm.
store. Yeah, and it's simply just for catching paint whenever you're painting a house or something. That's all it's for. But it holds paint so well you can put pictures on it. So, you know, get you an artist, you'll probably pay $30 for the drop cloth. You probably pay a few hundred for the painting, depends on who it is, but it'll be worth it if you work at an establishment consistently where you can hang up something. And this goes for any theater geeks too. If you're just a theater geek, hey, there's an idea for you. You got to invest in your acts, though. You have to make yourself look like whoever you're saying that you are. You can't just be a guy in a shoddy costume wear. You have to take it seriously. That's another thing. It's just so much that goes into being an entertainer in and of itself. So much.
Oh yeah, well, yeah,
You
without a
know,
doubt, it's a never-ending process. One,
like your Khal Drago costumes were great.
thanks, man. Appreciate that. I had to keep up with you guys. You guys at San Antonio throwing down, so I gotta step it up a notch too. You know what I'm saying? It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
My Drogo, or not Drogo, my Conan. Everyone's favorite thing about that one is the, ironically enough, is the fluffy costuming of it because I put the like fox fur on it because that's similar to what he had. Excuse me. So yeah, I always think it's funny that's everyone's favorite thing about the act, not the choreography, not XYZ. It's just the straight up fact that
Not the what about your spine?
that's my personal favorite.
Oh yeah, for sure. What about your spine? Wasn't that actually from
Predator, maybe? No, wait, no.
wasn't that actually from
Yeah,
Running
yeah, yeah.
Man?
It's yeah, yeah. You're right. It's totally Running Man. 100%. Yep.
Yeah, when he was talking to him on the TV and he
Yeah.
threw the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
We'll rip out your spine and feed it to you.
What about this?
I gotta find the sound clip so we
God.
can have it for the next show.
You know what sound clip? No, I ain't gonna give away no secrets. I'm just gonna put it in there.
Fair.
But I can't have any. I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
I can't have any of that on that part.
Oh, what are you talking about, man? That's what brings the whole thing together, bro.
Yes, screaming over the audio I intend the crowd to hear brings it all together.
All right, but all right. Last thing that I want to mention here, which you guys have heard me say before, but I do think is quite important, the fact that you are not promoting your show or you're promoting the club. The reason being is that in general, you're going to appeal to a lot more people, and it also makes you seem and perceived as more less egotistical. If you're like, there's a difference between, hey, come see our show versus come see my show, as well as the fact that it's a lot harder to get a group of women to come out when only one girl wants to go see one person, versus when you're like, hey, ladies, let's go out to this super fun place because there's 18 different guys, so there's at least 2 guys for each of us that we can choose from. That ends up being a lot more appealing, and why they are more likely to come. You don't want to talk about girls. You're out there when your girl's like, hey, let's go here. Be like, why do you want to go there? And be like, oh, because this guy works there. Be like, well, what the heck am I going to do? So that's why you want to promote the club and the show as a whole, and why it is so important for everyone to do their part to stay up at that top notch. This goes to 11 level, because last thing you want to do is talk people up, have the girls talk their friends up, and they all come in and they're slightly disappointed. So you always want to push the bigger picture.
Oh, man. I just don't get it. They just don't get it sometimes. Okay.
All right, man. I think that's pretty good. I think we covered quite a bit on that. Do you have any last words you want to add to that before we go into our best and worst of the week?
I don't think so.
I dig it. I dig it. Sweet. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into our best and worst of the week. So do you want to take point on it this time, brother?
The computer kind of spazzed for a second there. Say that one more time.
Oh, my bad. So every week, obviously, Dingo, this is for the listeners' benefit. But one of the first things that happens to us whenever people meet us is they want to know the craziest things that happen to us, because we are such a niche market. And so early on in the show, we added the best and worst events of the week, where we do talk about the craziest and not so crazy things that happen to us on a regular basis. So since I normally started off, Dingo, if you wanted to care to take the reins on it this week.
Well, I guess the worst, I got to combine them together, because the best and worst thing that happened to me this week was me DJing.
Mm-hmm.
Worst thing being I couldn't dance. And the thing was, I could dance some nights, but the nights that were obviously every dancer wants to dance on, which would be Saturday, I couldn't dance because I had, my priority was making sure that the show was ran perfectly. Now I could go on stage one time, but I couldn't side stage. I couldn't do any dances. People were asking me for dances. They were like, this one table she was almost mad. She looked mad at me. I was like, well, I'm sorry. You're not hearing what I'm saying. There's 13 other guys here that need to get a show ran for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're tipping me to be in here and do their show. I don't have this show down to where I can just walk out of here and go do dances. There isn't a reliable replacement for that here. I'm the only one. So I can't walk out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like they just weren't listening to that.
Or people don't have set mixes either.
At all. Nobody. Everybody's...
Nobody.
It's another thing nobody takes into consideration that they should definitely take into consideration. Makes their job a lot easier because sometimes they don't even have to report to the DJ. The DJ can just be like, all right, this set mix is ready, and it's just gonna play all the way through. Like you do that all. You're just like, play this. I'm like, cool. You don't even have to come up there. You know what I'm saying?
Just send you a text message.
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Yo, Dr. Set Mix Playboy. Like, I got you.
But some people don't want to dance to the same thing every time, and I understand that.
That's no doubt.
Completely understandable. You know, I just happen to have put in time and able to make different mixes, so I just do that for myself. Not everybody's gonna do that, so it is what it is. But yeah, I couldn't do any like side stage, because I was the only one there. So I'm not complaining, but that would be like the worst thing about the week, I guess, for me. But the best thing would also be the same thing. Like I got to DJ. I got to run a show all week. You know, I've ran shows a couple of days there, but I finally got to run a show there all week. So yeah, that was pretty cool. You know, I was pretty happy with that. And that, you know, there's a couple of slip ups on Friday, but Saturday went really smooth, and I was, you know, happy with that and how smooth it went.
Well, I mean, you are a skilled, talented champion, my friend. So, I mean, like, even on the fly, when you're working with people you don't necessarily work with on a regular basis, like, you're such a professional that you do what you can, you work with it. You know what I'm saying? Stay flexible. So
absolutely, gotta stay loose and limber.
Most def.
Relaxed.
Yeah, for me, mine actually has to require or falls back in the backside of things where, man. So we had. God, it's a little annoying, but so. The way the timing worked, I ended up doing my shower routine for my first set. And so when it came around to my second set, I still think I made the correct play because it was after 1 o'clock, things started to die off. But we still needed to put a girl up on stage. So I was like, okay, well, I already did shower, so let me go ahead and do an audible, and we're going to push for doctor. So I tell him doctor, and you know, like I said, I'm on autopilot. You know what I'm saying? Like, no surprise there. We already know. Like, so I'm on autopilot. I'm getting my stuff together. Music starts playing, this and that. Not thinking twice about it because, you know, why should I? Like, I know what's up. And lo and behold, man, I can't find a prop that I use on stage. Like, just can't straight up find it.
That's the worst.
And you know, I'm getting a little nervous. Music's playing, and I just can't find it. I look in all the places that I normally do. I check, like it just wasn't happening. And long story short, man, I end up going up on stage without that prop, and that prop has sound effects built into it. Yeah. So needless to say, man, I was a little disappointed, to say the very least. I made it happen, obviously, because we are professional. So I played it off, and no one knew the wiser. But I'd be lying to you if I told you that I was happy with the way it went. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you knew it would have hit harder if you had the prop.
Yeah, for sure. Like, well, I mean, it had sound effects, and so the sound effects come on, I have to improvise, and I had it choreographed down to a pack. So long story short, my show, granted, the ladies that were up there had a blast and everything worked out really well, but I was a little upset. It bugged me a little bit, and I still, like we talked about earlier, professional enough where I went ahead and pushed through it, but it really irritated me, just the fact that I knew someone had to have taken it, and the fact that it was someone that didn't have the common courtesy of putting it back, let alone they didn't ask me, but they didn't even put it back, even if they were messing with me or not messing with me. It just kind of like put a bad taste in my mouth because of the fact that it was, you know, a prime time type set. It wasn't goofing off on like a Wednesday night or a Sunday when all the regulars are there and we can laugh about it. So it was probably my worst event of the week.
Yeah, that would piss me off too.
All right, moving on to greener pastures. What was your best event of the week?
Oh, well, it tied in with my worst.
Remember? Yeah. True. That's right. It was great because, Yeah, you're right. My bad. All right. So for me, my worst event of the, or best event of the week, sorry, best event of the week was actually I had a strippergram that I got hired to do. They booked me, nothing special, same old thing, but it worked out to where they contacted me and they were like, "Hey, just FY, it is my husband and I's birthday. We celebrate our birthday. Our birthdays are like 3 days apart, so we're celebrating together. If you can come kick it with us, we'd really like it. We want to have you for our party, but we have one specific request." And I was like, "All right, what's up?" And they said, "We'd actually want." Instead of getting a straight up strippergram with a skit and stuff, we want you to do a lap dance class. And I was like, all right, I've done that before, so no biggie. Yeah.
That's what's up.
I gotta admit, man, it turned out that I showed up, and it was funny because some of the ladies didn't really tell their men what they were doing. So they all showed up for this birthday, and then they're like, "Hey, we hired an entertainer, yada yada yada," but they had no idea that they were gonna end up getting a dance class. Well, I ended up choreographing like a little quick, 30, 45-second routine because I didn't know what kind of dance level I had. But when I walk in, I'm not gonna lie, like the dudes figured out what was going on and they were nervous about it. But it turns out, man, by the end of it, they all had an absolute blast. And it came down to me actually making I got tipped by the guys more than the females because they had such a good time. And so it was extremely rewarding to just have that kind of vibe where, just exactly that, where people started really nervous, not really sure what they wanted to do. They're like, "Man, I don't know," et cetera, et cetera. And then turns out that they end up having an absolute blast and they're glad they did it. And, they tune into the podcast. They're probably going to listen to this podcast. So if you guys are tuning in, realize that I'm giving you a shout out. You guys are awesome. Had a great time. So yeah, that was definitely the highlight of my night. Definitely kind of changing people's perspectives and moods always makes me happy. So it definitely set me up for success when I came back to the club. And I was just in that good of a mood, That wicked hair flip, man. That came out good. I liked it.
Been practicing.
Dude, it's dope. It's dope. But all right, man. That you just had to botch it up, bro. You're going so good, so good. But
yeah.
So yeah, that is my best event of the week. So with that, let's go ahead and start bringing this show to a close. Dingo, A, where can people reach you? B, plug your birthday one more time. And C, if you end up making an account on Fiverr, letting people know about that as well, please. Oh, speaking of which, before I forget, I did get a compliment where people said you had an amazing DJ and MC and announcer voice, and they think you totally should record all my stuff because you are dope. Keep up the good work.
Wow, thanks. I appreciate that.
I just had to pass the word along before I forgot.
Whoever that was, I appreciate
Two different people, actually.
Whoever you people are, I appreciate you.
What you mean, you people?
You wonderful people. Can't trap me. All right, guys. So you can find me on Instagram under Heaney Train, HENETRAIN, or type in Mandingo Jones and I'll come up. Twitter, you can find me under HEN3TRAIN. I'll also come up there quick. So the E is the second E in HENE is a 3. So Heaney Train, but except you got that 3 in the middle. One word. No underscore, none of that. SoundCloud, HENE-train for the meantime. You can find me on Facebook also as Mandingo Jones. And on all of these social media plugins that I've just given you, you can find information about my October 26th Halloween costume birthday bash. Remember, I'm bringing late.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty darn good. That boy good. That boy good.
I can do the siren too. but I'll plug it in at the right
No doubt,
time.
no doubt.
So I'm bringing down. This is the plan right now, ladies. I'm bringing down Juice. I'm bringing down Vince. I'm bringing down CJ Tapout. I'm bringing down Christian Carter. I'm bringing down Diesel. And if I can get him, I'll bring down Zach. Y'all haven't met him yet, but if I bring down Zach, y'all gonna like him. I'm telling you right now. Calling all ladies to the building. LeBaire, Dallas, October 26th. Mandingo Jones, Halloween costume birthday bash. Wear whatever you like, ladies. You know what I'm saying? I'm contemplating working on something new for that night, so I have a little bit of time to, play with some options. But I hope to see y'all there and then.
All right, sweet. So for me, once again, you can catch. Oh, did you ever make a Fiverr account or not?
Not yet. I have not.
All right. So for me, you can catch me live at CaesarTheCrowdPleaser.com. See all my great stuff there. You can also catch me live at twitch.tv/Jedi_EJ. Follow me on Facebook at Caesar Goyaso. Live on Facebook. And finally, you can follow my Instagram and Twitter, where I stay pretty active on those. Instagram is probably my main mode of social media, at Caesar LeBaire7. All right, guys, that is going to do it. Make sure you guys listen and tune into the podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Give us a rating, give us a share, tell your friends about us. It means a lot to me, it means a lot to Dingo. Try to grow the channel, grow the people that know about us, and realize that we ain't all that bad. What up?
Already.
Dingo, thank you so much for being on the show, brother. Always appreciate it, man.
For sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Appreciate you. Appreciate your friends. Appreciate anyone else that's tuning in. Come out to the club, say what's up, throw some money on a couple of people you like. And until next time, keep bringing the rain.
Airplane mode on tablets and phones. Caesar's crowd pleasers is now on. Caesar, the crowd pleaser. If you need to pick me up, ladies, we gon' change your demeanor. Caesar, the crowd pleaser. We gon' do a little dance. We gon' make the naysayers believe us.